What is up, guys? Welcome back to the JMA podcast. This is episode 221. We're coming close to the end of the season. Hope you guys are excited. We're looking at possibly doing some group podcasts down the line. I got some ideas down in mind, but if you guys have some suggestions, make sure you drop them in the comments down below. Before we kick off, I do have our upcoming event segment. Looking at this weekend down in Cookeville, Tennessee, Agogi Fight League is putting on their event on 9/20, September 20th, along with Elite Fighting Promotions in Saratoga, New York, and Submission Battleground BJJ in Queens, New York as well. The following weekend, you guys can look forward to Future of Fighting in Louisville, Kentucky on September 26th. And then the following month, Rival FC is coming back on October 7th, along with Art of Combat in Hartford, Connecticut on October 10th. Guys, make sure you check out the JMA store if you guys want to support us. And mention where is it? VIP section, subscribers get... Oh. Jeez, I am stripping today. Guys, go subscribe to the JMA store. You get 10% off the store. Let me welcome my co-host to the stage, Jeremy Fairhurst. God, this is bad. What a rough start. Jeremy, how you doing, bud?
Rough start. A rough start. It's okay. Yeah, you got the names out. You let them know that there's people punching each other in front of crowds of people, and there's going to be a lot of excitement and crowd and fanfare and all that. One thing I will say is that, now let me actually double check and go specifically to his page to make sure. The official date for Rival FC is now November 22nd. That is actually confirmed now. I should have given you that information, just as that was my bad. I didn't update you on that before the podcast, but as of yesterday, I'm seeing posts from Yona, Rival FC, November 22nd. I think it's been like that. I've been out of the loop myself. Yeah. What's up? Well, we about to have a good day, good podcast. We can get this energy back up.
Absolutely. All right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome our guest to the stage, Rachel Yang. She is a purple belt with Marcelo Garcia and Jiu Livre. You guys may know Jiu Livre from our former episode with Jarben Pacheco in the first season. Rachel, thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm extra excited now that I just found out I'm your first female guest, so feeling the love.
Absolutely. I got a few jokes from my producer this morning, or just a few seconds ago, asking me if we were doing the inclusivity thing, and I just told him, we don't turn anyone down. I'm not opposed to bringing anyone on, but we don't seek it. Rachel, BJJ is a heavily male-dominated sport. How did you get into this, and what keeps you involved?
It's definitely been a journey, even just these I started about 3.5 years ago, and I started actually because my son was training first, my oldest son, and I'd been weight training for years, but my whole youth I'd been an athlete of some kind, like gymnast or ballet, and I just was totally bored with picking up heavy things and putting them down, and so starting jiu-jitsu just seemed like a natural journey. And I actually got turned down by someone who I was trying to sign up with for a trial class. They were like, it's not really, I don't think it's for you. They just assumed because I was a woman that I wouldn't be interested, but they clearly don't know me at all. So I got in, and a different place, I fell in love straight away with grappling, and I just was balls to the wall ever since. Especially once I started to compete, it was just so exciting. I love the prep. I love the challenge, like just like pushing myself all the time. Like I'm hungry for it all the time. So that just like keeps me in and keeps me going. And like this year I competed more than I have, you know, my whole jiu-jitsu journey so far. And you have wins and you have losses and you learn, and I'm just keep getting after it.
So you said your oldest son had started before you.
Yeah.
So when I started jiu-jitsu, I was doing Krav Maga before jiu-jitsu, and I had seen the jiu-jitsu class come in after us, and I was always kind of watching. I was like, you know what, that it looks like roughhousing. That kind of looks fun. Let's why not try that? Was it kind of the same vibe, or like how was it like?
I mean, to be honest, I initially wanted to do judo because I saw like the throwing people, and I was like, that looks so badass, like to be able to do that. But I didn't have like a good judo gym around me, and so like jiu-jitsu was the next thing. And like all my uncles were wrestlers, so I feel like grappling was just in my blood. Like it was just a natural direction for me to go. And like I'm just like addicted to that flow state you get into where your brain shuts off. You just have to be completely present in the moment. And it's like meditation, you just like plus like the physical exertion that you go through. And it didn't bother me so much being like one of very few females in the room. I kind of just looked at it as another challenge to be like doing my best against these much like larger, heavier people. And it sharpened my jiu-jitsu in a lot of ways because I had to be faster. I had to be more technical because I couldn't use like brute force to get to like submissions and like get to good positions. So I really like appreciate like the challenges that came with like dealing with larger people in the room. But grappling with females is not easy at all. That's like a whole different set of challenges because we move differently, like dealing with the like little ball state you can become. It's its own challenge. So
what would you say is the biggest difference between rolling with a male versus a female?
I have to keep everything, like my whole game, way tighter, way sharper, way cleaner when I'm grappling with females because we're smaller, generally like more flexible, move faster. Like any little gap I leave open, or like any sort of slack in my grips, you can lose everything in that moment. And like when you're dealing with the guys, you give more space to move around sometimes, like and it's easy to like sort of climb all over somebody, jump all over somebody, like when they're way bigger. You can like move a little more freely sometimes, actually.
So what's your biggest goal for in jiu-jitsu? Like where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Man, I haven't really thought like 5 years ahead because I was like never chasing the promotions. Like that just came with the journey. It wasn't like, oh, now I need to get to purple belt. And I'm like super grateful for being promoted in both lucha libre and jiu-jitsu, because I feel like the combination has just like made me like a better weapon, I guess. But I just want to stay healthy. I want to keep fighting. I want to like keep myself strong and keep putting myself out there and just keep like the further I go, the more I feel like I don't know. So I it's like I got to purple belt and I was like, oh shit, I thought I was getting somewhere, and then it was like, nah, I don't know anything at all.
No, I
So
get
that's
that.
that's the dream right now. But for sure, I want to try and get to Worlds next year. This year I wasn't able to make it, just with scheduling conflicts and family stuff. So that's a goal for sure. But
You see
yeah,
yourself
just
taking worlds?
uh, I don't know. And like, this year I competed a lot of no gi, which was like kind of a shift because I'd started in gi a lot more with competing. So sort of gearing like which way I want to go for worlds that's what I'm still trying to figure out. Like, where am I going to feel stronger, to put myself there, if I want to do gi or no gi. We'll figure it out along the way. But I've been missing gi a lot for sure. It's like there's that was kind of like my baby roots in jiu-jitsu more so.
All right, so I got a little different question for you. What kind of advice would you give to a young woman or some female looking to get into jiu-jitsu who is looking at the sport but is hesitant to join?
I mean, I guess if you're hesitant to join, because maybe you're worried about like injuries, or you're worried about like the fact that it's like a male dominated like arena that you're stepping into, I would say some things to be aware of is just like don't settle when it comes to picking your gym. Cause like I went through a few places, so I found like my home. And like if your gym, like especially if you're interested in competing, if your gym doesn't support you, if the coaches don't support you competing, if they're not like helping you to prepare, or if they're not showing up to corner you when they're at the event, that's like a red
It's a
flag.
massive red flag.
A major red flag. And that, like, I've been there. And like if you go to some place, and like I always liked to roll hard from the beginning. It's like, and you run into problems sometimes with females where it becomes like personal, which is like really unfortunate. And I think that comes down to like leadership in the academy, and like and female leadership there as well. Is like, roles aren't personal. We grapple hard because we like to train hard, and we're doing a martial art, and that's what we're here for. And like when it's over, it's over. And like if your coaches are coming to you and saying, oh, just go nice with the girls, just take it easy with the girls, don't like roll hard with the girls, that's another major red flag to me. And that also happened to me in like other academies, where they're like, oh, the girls don't like it, don't just be nice, like whatever that means. It's just like, don't train hard, don't do your best, don't, it's like people took things personally when it's not personal. Like, I think there's like a lot of issues in the jiu-jitsu community that need fixed there, but also like just leadership in your academy. And
I got a kind of a weird spin-off. So interestingly, so I come from a household of domestic abuse growing up. So when I roll with women, I often feel extremely uncomfortable.
I see.
And it's mainly because like I often think back to like the domestic abuse with my stepdad violating my mother. So like it's one of those situations. Sorry, losing where I'm going with this. Brains part with the ADHD.
Are you saying we're be different coming from that situation?
No, it's just so like I guess like a lot of times I roll a lot softer.
Yeah.
So like, is it one of those situations where like I shouldn't be as hesitant with women, or is it like one of those situations where like you should kind of like keep pulling back?
No, that's a good question. That's a fair question, because I think like I see some guys who have great filters and some guys who just like struggle, and they feel like don't know how to roll with women. And I've for sure seen like women come into jiu-jitsu who came from some kind of violence. Like I'm also one of those people. And like the advice I would give to men mostly is to like primarily try and hold your weight more than anything. Is like if you're holding someone and just like if there's no movement, that's not benefiting you either, because just being able to hold someone and pin someone isn't really improving your jiu-jitsu game as well. And like I'm a big advocate for like roles don't need to be selfish, and they can't be completely for the other person as well. Like it's a give and take. We're having an exchange. So like if you're just pinning and holding, you're not able to learn anything from that, and I'm not like able to escape either and like work on things because I can't go anywhere. So as long as you're allowing movement, I think like it's fair. We're exchanging technique.
It really seems like it's really just good training etiquette across the board. The only real thing is it's a mental construct where, I mean, like, I mean, I look at it from a slightly different perspective in the fact that I'm a male, but I'm 108 pounds as of this morning, right? So when I'm in the gym, I will get paired with a female very easily if they're new or something like that, because they don't want to put them up against the bigger guy. And especially like with the ground, it is different. Rolling of somebody that is your size compared to somebody that's way bigger than you, having to look at the little cracks and the space you didn't even realize you had against those bigger opponents. I saw what you were saying there. Yeah. But also like, I mean, really, I mean, you should get a feel, like understand, like, okay, make sure that you're experienced enough to understand, but you should be experienced enough to understand whether you're overpowering somebody with muscle or using technique. And as long as you're treating them like any other training partner and you're following those guidelines, then you're good. But if you're not doing that, you probably need to look at what they're doing across the board too, because these are basic concepts and principles that anybody should understand grappling with somebody else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think like, and like, you know, the smaller guys sometimes are like the hardest ones to like find their filter, to be honest, because even lighter weight guys usually have like more power than a female of the same size. And like, it just takes time to develop that filter. And I don't think anyone just has that naturally, but just like I said, if you're just like allowing movement so everyone can exchange with each other, then like, that's just fair game. And that's how everybody gets better together.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's beautiful. What do you, all right. So transitioning again. What is one piece of advice that you feel you would give to your white belt self, looking back from where you are now?
That's a good question too. I think it would just be sort of like going back to some of those like red flags that I was talking about. It's just like, because it was sort of like a really difficult journey to like learn those things the hard way, because I didn't have anyone like holding my hand and guiding me through, and I was like totally new to the whole sport. So it was just like, if someone told me like, look, if you want to compete, your coaches should be supporting you, and like, if you know, no one needs to tell you to hold yourself back. Like, it's wrong for people to tell you to hold yourself back. Like, if you like to train hard and work hard, then you should embrace that. It's like relating to life. Like, take ownership of like who and what you are. Like, you can't hide yourself on the mats. All the truth of like your energy and like it all comes out there. You know, we can like read each other so well there. And like, it's like, just own what you are the same way you do in life. Like, own that in jiu-jitsu as well. You can't have a facade there. So I would just like kind of encourage that to my white belt self, is just like, if you want to go out there and be an animal, you go out there and be an animal, and like, that's totally cool.
Damn, I'm sorry. That was really deep.
It's
I'm just
just
no,
it's
no.
a that's the way it is. I mean, I think like you just can't hide yourself in jiu-jitsu. Like I think it's again because like all that thinking gets shut off, right? When we're rolling. So like any mask that you were holding there, that just disappears really fast and you find out very quickly what people are and what they're about. And it's like it's very honest like what we do. It's like it sounds deep because it is like it sounds silly because it's it's
Do you
martial
okay?
arts,
So
but it is, yeah.
crazy question, but do you think people's choices in technique reflect their personality?
Yeah, for sure. Submissions, technique, like that stuff, like some people want to just smother you. Some people like to break shit. Some people, like that totally is a part of their personality that comes out there too. I totally believe that.
All right. So what's your favorite submission then?
uh I'm known for arm bars because I find them a lot. I can't say that's my favorite. I just, for whatever reason, like catch them all the time. I think because it's like a small extremity for like a large human, I could like wrap my whole body around it and break.
All right.
But
If you could
chokes
do
are super satisfying. I mean, like I love a nice katagatame. Like
What?
What?
she's one of those who uses the Japanese phrasing.
No, that's
Won't
like the
understand
only
it
one I
either.
got. I don't do all that like ashi, like I don't start flipping all to Japanese. It's a head and arm choke.
Okay, so I'm not as super versed in the jiu-jitsu, so I heard something that sounded like a kamehameha, and I was like, that sounds cool. I want to know more.
It's pretty badass.
Ask
But
ask what's his face there to show you. He'll be more than happy to.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'll get roasted about that later. He'll be like, how didn't you know that? You live with a purple belt or a brown belt. I'm my bad.
yeah, you're definitely gonna hear about that later.
All right. I'm running out of questions. You got any good stories for us?
Oh god.
That was like a bet. Let's go for it.
Now the pressure is on. Good stories. I mean, there's always little like stuff that goes on in the gyms, but
Give us
that's like
something motivational to close on.
motivational. I would just, I mean, if I want to talk about like myself as just because I can share my own story better than anything.
Open platform.
Yeah. Like going back to like starting jiu-jitsu, I would just say like, it really, really changed my life when I started grappling because it just builds this other level of confidence. Like you walk down the street and like as women in New York, I see a lot of people sort of like looking down or looking like it's all in your body language, right? Like insecurity and like all of a sudden when I got into jiu-jitsu, I was like walking with my head raised, my shoulders back, my chest proud, and like that confidence that I got from jiu-jitsu made me change my life completely. Like things that were going on at home, like a lot of unhealthy like stuff and relationships. Like I just stepped away from everything and was like, I'm gonna start over my whole life. And that's exactly what I did. And like having like that confidence, having like the community too. The community that you get in jiu-jitsu is amazing. It's like, and not like anything I've found anywhere else.
The absolute best.
And yeah, like jiu-jitsu people are amazing, and you meet all kinds of people that I would never meet in my work or anything else. And
All kinds of characters too.
all kinds of characters, all types. And yeah, just like that has just kind of propelled me forward in all areas of my life. Like that, like starting from that day, like 3.5 years ago. And like, I branched off and I started working for myself. I like started my own business as an interior designer, which I'd been doing for years. But then I was like, look, I'm going to work for myself now. And like through the community too, I was like able to design some gyms, like, which was like a match made in heaven for me, because I know and understand jiu-jitsu, and I'm super passionate about my design work. So like, I did Jiu Livre. I did another gym in Brooklyn called Daruma, and that was just like such a gift to like kick off like and sharing like all my passions and loves together. So I would just say, like, if you're hesitant to start, just start. And I promise you, like, it will change your life. And it's only going to, like, bring good things back to you. And it's like the gift that keeps on giving, because you can do jiu-jitsu for your whole life. It's not something you're going to age out of. I see, like, these like 60-year-old guy come in for a trial class, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can swear, but
You're good. This is I'm cool with 18 and up on this.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like, and I like, I'm doing this. I got 2 kids, and I'm still putting myself out there competing. Like, if I can do this, anybody can do this. That's sort of how I feel. There was like a lot of obstacles and a lot of challenges, but like jiu-jitsu was like always there for me, and it's just for forever now.
And we look forward to actually seeing you compete at hopefully at a Flex event when your opponent doesn't bitch out.
Oh man, I was so excited for that. That was like a big disappointment, like when when that match didn't work out. But yeah, I'd love to do Flex. If there's another opportunity, hit me up. And Pans is coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm putting myself there, and we'll see what else comes up this year. ADCC's in a few weeks too. I'm like kind of thinking about that too. Just keeping myself busy.
Do ADCC.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. It'll be first time, so it'll be a fun challenge, new challenge.
All right, we do have one question from Instagram, actually. This is also a first. You've brought in the engagement. I appreciate that. Thank you. From via a commenter, was there a moment when you thought about walking away from sports? What kept you going? From Hugo Home Thesis.
Oh, Hugo, nice. No, there was times in my life where I like didn't have so much opportunity for like sports or whatever. Like I said, I've been like an athlete of some kind most of my life, and for me it was really unfulfilling to not have that. So I can't say like I would ever like leave that intentionally. It was just like, like COVID sucked. I don't know, like I was lucky I started jiu-jitsu after COVID, because people who were like doing that all the time and then just like complete shutdown, I totally would have been in one of those like rooms with the windows papered up, like trying to get in some rolls. But yeah, like the only thing that could keep me off the mats now is like some kind of major injury, and even then I'm gonna get back as soon as possible. So like, thankfully nothing major has happened. I haven't lost a lot of mat time with injuries. I try really hard to stay there. So no, I'm in here for the long haul. You can't keep me away at all.
Can't match that. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I meant to ask, I mean, you've talked about how you've been an athlete and you've done all these different things. when you got, and also I wanted to say too that that is the coolest combination of careers that I think I've ever heard. Combining and is really cool. I was like, when you got into this, did you think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be competing at Worlds? Like, did you go from the get go thinking that was your goal, or did it just kind of happen that way?
No, it was just came along with the journey. I didn't know anything about anything, when I started in terms of like tournaments and worlds or IBJJF or any other federation. I was so into it. I was training as much as I could find time for. And it was sort of just, it started as like, I want to just see where I'm at. Like, because like there wasn't any girls, especially not my own size in the gym. So I didn't have like any basis for comparison of like how I'm doing. Cause I'm, like if I'm rolling with like purple belts and brown belts that are like 185 pounds all the time, like I think maybe I don't know how I'm doing at all. It's very hard to compare when you're a white belt. So I put myself in my first tournament because I knew other guys in the gym were signing up, and just to see, where it was at. And man, it was so cool. It was such a blast just to like that adrenaline and like I said, the prep and like the whole manifestation and everything you go through, like thinking about the fight, thinking about everything that could happen, thinking about yourself on the podium. I think that's like a really important part of like preparing yourself. And just the whole process and the fight, like everything there, it just, then that's when I just started ticking up. I'm like, what's the next one? What's the next one? And like when I did pans the first time, I just got my blue belt 3 weeks before and I won. So like it was just like I said, just getting after it and like being hungry for that challenge. And it just grew from there, and now I'm constantly looking for matches. It's hard. It's hard to find matches sometimes with females because it's like when you stay local, you're going to be fighting like the same girls all the time. Or so like I started doing a lot of super fights because tournaments didn't always have somebody there for me, and that's when I got into like Fight to Win and Fury and like I was gonna do flex and just like looking for those opportunities to sort of keep myself active. That was what I was chasing. Just like it wasn't like, oh, I need to go out here and beat all these people. I like the whole everything about getting ready for the tournament and getting ready for the fight.
Do you think that visualization is like an important part of that success?
Oh yeah, totally. If you're, I don't focus much on my opponent. I don't really like to look at them and like what they're gonna do, because I think it just lends you to like worry about them the whole time instead of focusing on your own game. So I like to just internalize way more and like focus on myself. What are my strengths? What am I gonna work on? And then you have to put yourself, in the fight. You have to like close your eyes. You have to like go through that process of going through the whole 5 minutes, like everything that can happen. You're going to do that again and again and again before your match, like all the possible outcomes, and just sort of like be prepared, like get yourself in that memory state, like that muscle memory. And like you want to visualize yourself winning, like you want to like think positive and attract positive things back to you, because if you're going in with like a lot of fear and doubt, that's gonna turn up in the fight. So like you have to put your energy in the right place to try and be successful.
I feel that. I feel like a lot of the guests have kind of resonated a similar Words eluding me. Hate when this happens.
Ooh.
Vibe. I'm just gonna use the word vibe.
Yeah.
Similar vibe to success. Like you kind of have to really embody it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
We're manifesting. We're manifesting
Yeah.
the win. We're like, you know, so. But I think like I said, like if you're going into the fight with, like, it's normal to have some fear, and like the adrenaline is something it doesn't ever go away. You just like get better at dealing with it. But like the mental part is just a huge part of going into that match. You can train all the time. You can like put yourself through all the drills, all the workouts, like everything. But if your head's not right, it's going to be very hard, you know?
Do you ever struggle with any anxiety before a match?
There's definitely been some times where like stuff going on in my personal life like started to invade my mind a little bit, and like you have to just really learn how to set that aside, like when you're stepping into a match. Like, you know, we all have like stuff we're dealing with. No one's got everything all picture perfect. Like nobody, no professional athletes, no UFC fighters, you know, like even though they have their camps and whatever, like everybody has something that they're battling with, like to get themselves there. And I think it's just like, it just takes practice to like learn how to switch it on and off. And you know, sometimes we're harder than others to like get myself ready, but once I put my foot on the mat, whatever like was going on even 5 minutes before, once I step there, I know what I have to do. I'm there like with a job to do. That's how I think about it. Like it's just another role. My job is to go here, do what I do, and like hopefully I'll get the result that I've been working for.
Well said. All right. I got some trivia for you. Like trivia.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it's not
Here comes the embarrassment of the whole thing. Like
Oh, don't worry, I got that part covered. I got that covered in strides, don't worry. All right, Dalton, set me up. Make the magic happen, beautiful. Let's go.
Oh no.
Who was the first female named champ in the UFC? 30 seconds on the board. Miesha Tate, Chris Cyborg, or the one and only Ronda Rowdy Rousey?
Man, you know, Miesha and Ronda were kind of like the same time period. I think, is Chris Cyborg before them? Ronda.
The time was up. Ronda Rousey was the answer.
I was leaning that way.
Ronda was, I think, 2012, first named female champion. Can't believe it was that late. What year was Marcelo Garcia's?
Oh, we just had the anniversary too, I think. I think there was just an anniversary recently.
I'm gonna make them pause if you have some extra time.
Oh my God, Marcelo will kill me. I'm gonna get this wrong. I want to say 2008. Am I wrong?
Is A your final answer?
I don't know. Let's say 8. Why not?
Oh, I didn't hit the button. My bad. Hold on. There we go. I'm having a rocky podcast.
Oh my God. 1 year off. Everything's wrong.
I didn't know the Ronda Rousey thing. I thought like someone like Chris. When I looked it up, I was actually surprised. I was like, wait. I was like, is like, because I thought Chris Cyborg was before her era. But then
that's what I thought too. But
Chris
I don't.
kind of like was around. I mean, she left before. I just remember Chris avoiding Nunez. Well, no, she did fight Nunez and then got absolutely like slept and then went over to Bellator, right? I think so. Because I clearly remember watching that fight because that was like the one time you saw somebody as big as she was go in there. Like Nunez went blow for blow with her. I remember that, and she dodged most of them too. But man, yeah, I even figured Rousey would have like beaten at least somebody to become champion. Was she really? I knew she was the poster boy for women's MMA in the UFC, but the very first champion is different. It's crazy to think how much it's evolved now.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, like women in MMA and like jiu-jitsu, like it's just really taken off. It's very exciting to see because I feel like the females bring really exciting matches, like very exciting. So
Wiley versus John J. I probably butchered that, but Joanna, that fight was, oh my gosh, that's one of the most like
brutal.
brutal fights ever. Yeah, there's no other word for it. It's one of the most brutal fights ever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, Wiley specifically, Rose coming up. There's so many good ones now, and to think that like originally the UFC was like curious about even stepping into that position, even bringing women into the platform and seeing how it's grown. It's really cool to see, and it's curious to see where it'll be in another like 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, like the first time I started watching, like, I was like watching Pride and watching like Fedor Emelianenko and like there wasn't women like fighting. And it just like went crazy. Like definitely like props to Ronda for. I know she caught a lot of heat because it was like, oh, she just does one thing, but like she did like open up a lot for like women to have more opportunities with like showing that we're good and like put on like exciting fights. So
She had a big part in the legalization of New York State. I was interning for the assembly at the time before it was legal, and the guy I was interning for was a big advocate specifically in the Capital District of New York, and I remember specifically him bringing in Ronda Rousey and another big name UFC fighter to the assembly to kind of speak on its behalf.
that's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like anyone who wants to like give more opportunities for all of us would just be amazing. And like I definitely want to see things grow.
Absolutely. We're gonna see you in the MMA at all?
People ask me about striking a lot, to be honest, like if I would get into that, but it's like a trigger for me. And when I get hit in the face, I like start seeing red. I just like no control. So I just don't put myself there because I don't think I'd be a good training partner at all. Just save it for the streets, So I'm just gonna stick with my my jiu-jitsu for now, but you never know.
All right, where can people follow you?
I mean, definitely follow Rachel_BJJ on Instagram for all my fights and techniques and all my jiu-jitsu contents there, and Studio Leoa_NYC is my interior design page that I just like launched this year, so I'm building that up. Definitely DM if you have any interest in residential commercial projects. I got you, so you can find me there.
All right, Rachel, thank you for being on the podcast. This has been a huge honor. And it's been a really engaging episode. I appreciate all the valuable insights you've not only provided us, but putting up with me and putting up with terrible co-host. I'm lying. He's actually the best co-host you could ask for, and we have a great producer behind the scenes. But anyway, thank you for being here. This has again been a huge honor, and I had a potential end of the season podcast idea that I'm gonna reach out to you about, that maybe we can work something out. We're looking at having collaborative episodes where it's a few different people. Um, so I'm gonna reach out to you after the episode. Obviously, this is just kind of a sneak peek for the guest if they decide they
Ooh,
want
sneak
to come
peek.
back.
I like it. Well, thank you again for having me. This was a lot of fun, and I was really excited to do it. And like, thanks for letting me share and talk your ears off. And, yeah.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. All right, guys. Till next time, JMA Podcast, episode 221 with Rachel Yang. Guys, till next time, stay blessed. Peace.
Bye, guys.